5 years ago, I posted my first song to YouTube. Today, I'm still posting music, and the results are not what you think. I made this list to see what we're gonna go into today. First, of course, we're gonna go into YouTube, then Spotify, then look at my Instagram, TikTok, and my live performances, and what I got out of each and every one of those things. This is what my YouTube looks like. I gained 147 subscribers, 37,000 views, and 200 watch hours. It does not look like much, but it's honest work. Of course, Shorts is what has the most views overall, but I have a couple videos that got pretty good engagement. Like I made this Believer drill remix at 1,600 views. If you go to my YouTube channel, this is how it looks like. I'm uploading up to today, like I uploaded 6 days ago. These are my videos. And I'm trying to upload more consistently. If you go through to my oldest, this is my first song. It's called Ferrero Rocher. It was relatively successful. It's one of my most viewed songs on YouTube. If you search by popular, my most viewed video is Drill Remix that I made for Imagine Dragons. Then my most successful song, Kia So, the music video. Then a YouTube video that I posted about a month ago, which is nice. Then my first song that's called Ferrero Rocher. Let's listen to it. Well, it's not the greatest song, but I think it was pretty good for my first song that I published. And it did very well in views because I think a lot of my friends, they were curious to see what me making a song sounded like. So that's why they had a lot of views. I published it December of 2020. And yeah, this is where it all started. This is where Big Horse started. YouTube is done. Let's go to see my Spotify metrics. This is what my Spotify looks like. Yeah, it's not that great. I have 39 monthly listeners right now. I had 78 streams in the last 28 days. And you see, on my top songs in the past 7 days, Kia So is still like the top of it. This song has 1,160 streams overall, which is my best song, my best performing song. It's been out for over a year and it keeps getting streams because it's always on the top and it keeps getting streams, you know. Let's look at my all-time best songs. Here again, Kia So is the top first. Then Unigirls. This song was pretty popular for being kind of, you know, shocking to people. So people used to like this song a lot. But if you look at it, my performance is not that great. I have most of my songs, they are well below 100 streams. I have a good amount over 100 and just a couple of my songs past the 500 streams mark. I'm not a very successful musician in the sense of I'm not popular. Most people that listen to my stuff are my friends, family, acquaintances. We've seen the Spotify, now let's look at my Instagram. This is my Instagram profile. I have around 500 followers. It goes up and down depending on who wants to see my stuff or not. Here I just post reels and I've been posting for a considerable amount of years. And my reels get around 500 to 1,000, sometimes 2,000 views. This is where most of my streams on Spotify come from. I channel the streams, the views from here to my Spotify. Whenever I post a song, I advertise here. This is my Instagram. It really is nothing impressive, but I feel like you have a baseline following here. Yeah, here I get more consistent views than YouTube or even TikTok, but the views are never as high as YouTube could be. When I got a video with 7,000 views on YouTube, not as low as TikTok, because TikTok, I never really got anything there. Talking about TikTok, we're done with Instagram. Let's go see my TikTok. This is my TikTok, guys. I only have 66 followers here, mostly my family and friends, and I get very little views here, you know. I got over 1,000 views on Instagram for this video, and here I only got 92. Not even breaking 100. I used to get more views. I used to be more consistent with uploading content, and I used to get a good amount of views, but ever since I started re-uploading, my views have been pretty low. I don't know how the TikTok algorithm works. I mostly just re-upload my content from Instagram here, so I'm not really focusing my strategy here on TikTok. But yeah, you can see I have a decent amount of videos posted. I have 900 likes, which is cool. I guess almost 1,000. Let's get to the 1,000, guys. Now let's talk about live performances. If you go back to my Instagram, you can see that I had a couple of live performances. Here is me singing. This is my live performance, guys. Aww. I've organized 2 live performances. What I had to do is I had to rent an entire club, invite everyone, invite all the musicians that were also playing on this performance, do everything myself with a friend of mine. I spent well over $1,000 and I made around like $50 with the work of an entire month. So it's definitely not ideal, but it's definitely worth the experience. It's not worth the monetary, but it was worth the experience. I had over 100 people coming to the performances, both of them, and it was great. It was so fun. I had an amazing time. This is the first time we did it. The first time was better than the second time. This is the second time we did it. It was still very cool. A lot of people turned up, and yeah, it was great. I had a great time. I also DJ'd for a couple things. Some for free, some for money. I DJ'd for a local artist here, and he gave me some money for it. I was doing it for free, and it was cool doing his performance, like his performance, and I was playing his songs. I also DJ'd for a high school dance, and I made the most amount of money there. I made $200. I had to rent a bunch of stuff, a bunch of equipment, and I DJ'd with a friend of mine. And yeah, it was great. That was a great experience. I knew the co-president of the high school, the student co-president, and he hired me as his friend to DJ for him. And he loved it. It was great. And I also DJ'd for the local hackathon here, where I do it for free and just play music for fun. I also DJ'd in a couple house parties that I organized in my own house, and it was great, you know. Those were my live performances. After 5 years being a musician, I didn't make any money, and I didn't have any great success in views-wise. After 5 years of being a musician, I still want to be a musician. I still want to make music, upload, maybe do live performances, and I want to keep going. And it's just a lot of fun, you know? I had a great time doing all of those activities. Every single time that I did something, it was worth it. You know, every time I released a song, even if I didn't like it as much, it was fun. I learned something. Every time I did a live performance, I learned something. Every time I uploaded a YouTube video, I learned something. Every time I uploaded an Instagram video, I learned something. And I learned to detach myself off the metrics. Let's say, if I don't get views, I don't care as much anymore. If I don't get enough streams on Spotify, like I'm not tied to it anymore. There was a lot of anxiety that was tied to it. But I still want to be successful. So what's my plan for the foreseeable future? Well, my plan is to focus on YouTube. My YouTube is kind of flopping right now, but YouTube is the best way to pursue any influencer career. So if you want to be an influencer, YouTube is the place to be. My plan is to continue to upload videos, to continue to upload music, but focus my efforts into YouTube. This is not my job so far, but I want it to turn into my job. So let's see in the next 5 years where I will be. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my Patreon if you want to support me for this journey. And yeah, subscribe in the channel if you don't have money for my Patreon. It's even better if you do like and comment on this video if you want to. And I would love to have you around for the journey. Thank you so much, guys.